Hi everyone, welcome to another video by Optionables. Today in this video, we are going to look at the quarterly performance of Optionables for the first quarter 2022, that is months of April, May and June. So as you all know, this quarter the equities have fallen quite a lot. So Nifty was somewhere around 17,600 when we closed the last quarter, and right now it is somewhere around 15,600. Right now it is around 15,700. So it has fallen close to around 2,000 points or anywhere around 13%. And that's the reason we will be having a big loss on the equity front, because if the market falls, obviously even our equity positions is going to take a hit. On the other hand, we have the F&O trading. In F&O trading, we were able to do fairly well up until the last 2 days. So last 2 days hasn't been that great. So Wednesday, that is yesterday, we ended up losing close to around 8.5 lakh. And today, since the expiry was good, we were able to make somewhere close to around 6 lakh. So net, we have a loss of close to around 2 lakh in the last 2 days. So if not for this, the quarter was going quite decent. So we ended the quarter with somewhere around 20 lakh plus gain. So even though the performance is not exceptional, we have been able to achieve somewhere around 1.5% every single month. So it is not really exceptional, but it is quite decent. So next quarter, we are hoping that the equities recover and we are able to achieve a little better performance than what we have done this quarter to boost the next quarter returns. So now we'll be quickly moving on to the screen recording, and let's take a quick look at the Pndl report, what has happened to the equities and what has happened to the F&O performance, and what is the overall Pndl for this particular quarter. So if you are liking the content on this channel, before moving on, do not forget to hit the like button, share this video and subscribe to Optionables. Thank you so much for joining. Hi everyone, welcome to the quarterly performance report by Optionables, and today we are going to look at the quarterly performance for Q1 2022. And so this I am posting 1 day later because yesterday the Pndl was not updated. The contract notes came very late, somewhere around 11 o'clock or 11:30 we received the contract notes, and hence we didn't make the video because the Pndl was not completely updated. And so today's trade, just to give you a brief summary, went fairly well. So we ended up making somewhere around 3 lakh. So now let us go to the back office and look at the Pndl report for the last quarter. So I'm just going to go to BO reports. So you can see the current account value. So it is somewhere around 4 crores 61 lakh. So if you recall in the previous quarter, so when this quarter began, so we had an account value of somewhere close to 5.2 crores. So now it has come to 4.61 crores. So that means you can guess what would have happened to the performance. So we are going to discuss more about it and see whether it is actually that bad or not. I am first going to go to reports. Then I'm going to click on Pndl reports, and I'm going to change the date to June 30th. Here I'm going to change absolute to indicative. So indicative Pndl is only going to give me the actual Pndl incurred during this period. So when I click on submit, so you can see that overall this quarter, the previous quarter, we ended up making a loss of close to around 62 lakh. So this is 61 lakh 93,000 or anywhere close to 62 lakh. So we will just make a note of this in Excel. So from equities, we lost around 62 lakh. So now I am going to change this to F&O, and we will see the performance of F&O. So under F&O, you can see that we have a profit of 22 lakh, which is the gross profit. And out of this, we have paid close to around 5 lakh in charges. So you get a clear breakdown of charges. So where this 4.7 lakh has gone. So you can see that we have paid close to 40,000 rupees in brokerage. We have paid close to 2,40,000 in turnover charges and STT of another 1,24,000. So after removing this 4,71,000, we have a net profit of 17,53,000 plus another 4,56,000. So where did we get this 4,56,000? That is because we hadn't booked all the positions yesterday. So there were some positions which we had carried forward, and up until yesterday, these positions, whichever we had open till today was showing a net profit or an unrealized profit of around 4,56,000. So when we actually add 17,53,000 plus 4,56,000, so we are going to get somewhere around 22 lakh as our net. So net is 22 lakh and gross would be 27 lakh. So with options and futures, we ended up making somewhere close to around 27 lakh gross. So I am just going to add this. So derivatives, 27 lakh is the gross, and charges we have paid close to around 5 lakh. So you can see this is the 5 lakh charges, and realized plus unrealized is going to give us close to around 27 lakh. So just to simplify the calculation, here I have rounded off the numbers. So our net derivatives would be around 22 lakh. So 27 minus 5. So now if I have to calculate the overall profit, that would be total profit or loss from equities plus total profit or loss from derivatives. So this would leave us with a net loss of close to around 40 lakh. So that is the net loss what we have for this particular quarter. So now the thing is, let us see how we have performed under each segment. The capital what we had during the beginning of the quarter was around 5.1 crores. And now when we express everything in terms of percentage, as we can see, so from equities, we ended up losing around 12.16%. So that is the total loss what we have from equities. From derivatives, we made a profit of 5.29%. That is the gross. We paid 1% in charges. So when we come to the derivative performance, we were able to achieve around 5.29% gross. The thing is, this time the derivative performance was slightly below the mark because we generally aim around 2.5% every month. That means we should be making around 7.5%, but we were able to do only around 5.29%. So if I have to divide this into how much it is going to be monthly, so it would be somewhere close to around 1.7% instead of 2.5%. So there we almost lacked 1% every single month, right? And now coming to the charges, here we have done fairly well because previously we have paid close to around 6 to 7 lakh of charges. So we were able to save on the charge front. Net, we aim to achieve at least around 6%, that is 2% every month. So again, you can see here we are short of our target. So we have achieved only 4.31%. And overall, if you look at the overall P&L, we have achieved a negative 7.84% this particular quarter. But the thing is, what we should really see is, have we done relatively well compared to Nifty? So we will see what is the performance of Nifty now. So I have opened here on money control. So now when I change the returns from YTD to last 3 months, so you can see it is around 10.86%, so or 10.9%. So when I put the performance of Nifty here, so Nifty is negative 10.9%, and when you actually see this, equities have slightly underperformed. So when Nifty has fallen 11%, our equity holdings has fallen close to around 12%. That means we have underperformed by 1%. So when you actually look at it with the derivative performance, then we have done fairly well. So when I subtract this from this, so you can see that we have outperformed Nifty by almost around 3.06% this particular quarter. So as I told you, it is not a great performance, but good thing is we were able to outperform Nifty. As I already told you, the performance was not exceptional, but it was quite decent, because 4.5% net would result in around 18% per annum, but that is again slightly below what we aim for. So we would at least aim for around 24% per annum from derivatives. So equities is something not to really worry about, because this quarter it has fallen. In next 2 quarters it is going to recover and come up. So this loss is something which we are not really worried about, because we know that eventually these equities are going to come up again and we are going to recover most of it. Now we have started with the new quarter on a good note, as I showed you. Today we started with a profit of somewhere around 3.16 lakh. So let us see how this goes, and hoping that this quarter we will be able to achieve our target of around 7.5% gross, and if equities also stabilize or go up slightly, maybe around 3 or 4%, then that is going to help us perform really well in the upcoming quarter. So what is the overall takeaway from this? The thing is, I am not really disappointed with this performance. I will tell you why. So the reason is the markets were extremely volatile in the month of April and May. So it was not an easy month to trade at all. So June, the market was more easier to trade compared to April and May. And April and May performance was not that great. But as we moved towards June, we started improving our profits and we came to quite good profitability. So given the volatility, so this performance is okay. So it's definitely not good. It is just average, and expecting if the same kind of market continues, then it would be easier for us to trade. The thing is, we were just laying out certain targets, what we have to achieve to reach our 7.5%. So the thing is, to achieve 7.5%, we need to achieve somewhere around 37.5 lakh, assuming that the capital is around 5 crores and we have around 13 weeks in every quarter. So weekly, we have to aim for somewhere close to around 2.8 lakh. So this is going to be our aim, and I feel this is achievable. We don't have to increase our position size a lot or do anything of that sort, because on an expiry, generally we tend to make around 1 to 1.5 lakh, and achieving another 1 lakh through positional or intraday won't be a big task. I believe if the market volatility remains the same way, then this should be achievable. So if the market becomes very volatile, then intraday becomes harder, positional becomes even more harder, and we have to rely mostly on expiry. So this is the quarterly summary, and this is also what we have planned for the upcoming quarter. So let us see how the upcoming quarter goes. We really don't know, so time should tell us. Maybe 90 days later I'll be making another quarterly performance review where we will see how our performance for that quarter went. So hopefully by then the equities at least come up and we will be able to recover at least some of the losses what we have made, because I am not expecting markets to come back to somewhere around 18,000 by this quarter end. Maybe even if they come towards 16,800, 17,000, that should recover most of the losses here. So let us see how everything goes, and I hope that this video was also useful and informative. If so, then please do hit the like button, share this video and subscribe to Optionables. Thank you so much for joining.